Hind, we stand in Requiem for you, embraced by a disgusted crescent, the disenchanted sun. The stars are too ashamed to be hugged. In the resounding exile of our spineless chants, we keen with your blood let. The ceaseless bells ring us hard and stun. Many lungs are pounding to leap up these balconies of green vines in the rays, Hind, and run to you and run. The frail threads between us, Hind, are filament thin, beads of an ancient hymn, perhaps a curse, maybe baby limericks I may have sung. Our brown curls perhaps bond us kin, maybe agreed for okra, for garlic, satiated by yogurt, by sesame, by Golani honey. Perhaps the same words, the same first words babbled at the few, perhaps the same first words babbled at the few flowers you blessed. Your mother calling you her mama, your father calling you his baba. The spells of familia in Arabic brewed easy in the lunchtimes of rough pita, deep cherry juice, and strong black tea. These pleasures we knew not to reap. How impervious your smile now is to ruin, to disease. How grotesque my grimace is in the summoning of your stranger mother, your mother questioning the blue of anything, forgetting about water in the parched cracks of her still being, while the sky is breaking. Here is your mama, hollow, slumped, speaking in nidr, an incantation to the guns, the holes, the wires, the barriers of fortified steel. What wind rocks her pillow as a dirge, what lyrics carry through this cemetery of concrete. Grace too to the stranger woman who spoke, who stayed, held the whipping hours at bay. Grace to the stranger man who rushed off to the rescue, never to appear or reappear. Grace to our grief, huddled in grief. We will not know your fingers as they age, Hind, as they disappear. What they might have willed to have tilled, toiled, flown into orbit. How baffling, how befitting that the 355 depraved bullets muzzling you are now rounds of shots carving your exit into permanent ink. Since then, the simple timber of your ending contract with love is Talmud, perhaps, for the times, and is a war chant trying to topple kings. May your fortitude stay gospel, if only to those of us witnessing your face. History is not kind to the saints, little one, nor to you offering grace to the passages of your dead. The carcasses of laughter once bestowed soft, now deathly still in the freezing husk, in the limp, in the dried up near you, the bled. We will not know what your eyes might have devoured of sea, of adoration disguised in routines. We breathe far from the joy in your skipping, from the Palestinian hips dancing in your braids, now alight, now humming, now whirling. We will not rest temples in your recitals of beauty, nor learn the expanding dictionary of harmony unfurling in your journeys. Early we will not know the advent of miracles in the sand you collect. We will not feel the panic as the clocks chime damnation, fraying a homeland at the seams. We will not know the insidious mourning on your sister's cheeks starting to lose focus, lose the sound of the patter of your feet. We will not know the pangs of your teta as she looks on to the hunger full of apathy against the gods she'd worshipped, shrunk now before the ashes of grandkids handmade, before heartbeats buried in roots, by tired trees, by the fuming hiss of everyone's fears. We will only know, Hind, the digits of terror and silence and defeat, the questions that are yanked from your ache with no salvation for your shivering, for your sputtering center, for the encroaching heat. What was the final thing you breathed, little one? The hate of so many? Was it as the gut of the world cracks open for you and eats? In this beast where I have landed, this belly hormonal, this bodily horror of the north, I yield time to note down the facts, to offer a memorial to your stagnant grin, the sweet, cold skin, to girlhoods blighted by buttons, by metal and wrists and men, the same untrue tale we recognize spun, the same cowardice of men. We all memorized your courage, Hind. This looping language stunted of yours is a tornado of light, is a silver of heaven perhaps, fading to stark white hues, to wasted cotton stretched, to record mass graves wrapped in blues of plastic, toxic, cheap. We will know the poetry just, that you are in truth every Palestinian ribbon. The singularity of your gaze is a ledger of the fallen, their erasure now swirling up as sacrosanct verses etched solid in the wind as prayers, unholy, unseen. Do you see the craters landing in our hearts? And there is a house for you here now, and hallways of mirrors. There is a key for each bird returning, and elegies we may never complete. There is the vacuum of our answers and tears. Do you see how sorry we are in the dismal stanzas of eulogies obsolete? We requiem for you, losing what we have not held. In you, an earth reinvents itself, speaks poppies from seeds. Somewhere in the lands you would have loved had you been allowed, mountains, somewhere ahead in the besieged futures you navigated, as your grandfather also must, somewhere in the paleness of the hour of our collapse, somewhere your giggles radiate out in a valley of a home that cradled you with ease. Somewhere, someone there remembers only you and knows the all of everything. Do you see how sorry I am, dear Hind, to speak this poem for you, for us in the murder of mercy? Forgive us what our hands have done. Forgive us the 1,000 words we spilled meek. Forgive us the impotence of language, of poetry. Forgive us this shallow grave of remembrance and the endings it keeps. But it is all I have. It is all I have, love. Please take it, please. Thank you.